Good evening, Tallahassee. I'm student meteorologist Ainsley Goebel, and you're watching FSU Weather. Right now we've got our live look at Doak, 75 and sunny, not a cloud in the sky. If you are watching this tonight indoors, I encourage you to take your device, go outdoors. It's beautiful. Our temperatures across the area, we've got our high up in Thomasville, a lot of other areas. Other temperatures in the area sitting in the 70s. Looks like 68 in Apalachicola is going to be the coldest, so this is perfect for that sunset chasing weather. And for your radar, there's not going to be anything stopping you either, so all the more reason to go and get outdoors and enjoy the beautiful night. Tonight in Tallahassee, it is going to drop down to 49. That's going to be due to that low humidity, so it's quite a significant drop, but I encourage you to bundle up if you're going to be out later. And for your headlines today, we're going to talk about how long the nice weather is going to last and other weather across the country, which is supposed to be nice as well. And don't forget, Wednesday night's Beach of the Week. All this and more on FSU Weather.
Good evening, Tallahassee. I'm student meteorologist David Van Loo.
And I'm student meteorologist Priscilla Vijalta. Welcome.
Welcome to this Wednesday edition of FSU Weather. Priscilla, we've been seeing some insane weather. I'm talking about 80s in February. And how long is this going to last,
You know, we're going to find out. It's going to be a little warm for the next couple of days. It was really nice and enjoyable today. Did you enjoy the weather today?
Yes, I was outside on my balcony, actually, just enjoying this beautiful weather, just relaxing, doing whatever you do outside. But I'm really excited for this weather to keep up. I mean, spring break's right around the corner, so hoping we can see this nice trend of spring weather.
Exactly, and we're not really going to be seeing any rain until about next week, Wednesday, so really clear skies until the rest of next week.
Exactly, yeah. I'm definitely going to be taking advantage of that. I'm going to go outside, do all my outdoor activities, and get all those underway. But do you have any good plans for spring break?
I'm actually planning on attending the Emergency Management Day here in the Capitol, but otherwise I'm probably just going to be working and saving up over the break.
That's awesome, yeah. I'm excited for spring break right around the corner. I'm going to Italy, so definitely gonna enjoy that. But let's switch it now to Jordan with our local.
Yeah, so if we take a live look at Doak Campbell Stadium right now, we can see that it's just a really beautiful day outside. After that cold and that rain moved through over the weekend, we're really just starting to see it be really nice. So we can see that sunset, and then it is 75. So it has definitely warmed up a lot from the temperatures that we were seeing even just this weekend. And all throughout the region, you can really see that those warm temperatures pretty much continue all throughout the area. So right around 75 for most of the areas, especially places more inland. But then if you go down here towards the coast, so near Apalachicola, it is a little bit cooler, so seen right in the upper 60s there, so 68. And just in general, we're really seeing really dry conditions. That's one thing that is happening a lot. So after that cold front moved through, it brought the dry air. So now we're really just needing those chapstick. I know my hair is getting a little staticky even. We went from that frizzy, humid hair to now it's a little bit staticky. So, best of both worlds, I guess. Can't get everything. But with this radar, like we were talking about earlier, there is absolutely nothing going on throughout the area. There's really not even clouds that you can see outside. It is just a clear sky. It's going to be a nice night to get outside, to look at the stars, see the sunset like we were seeing earlier, and just really enjoy this weather. One thing that was happening though is that we were seeing really warm temperatures today. So today our high was up at 81. That was only 4 degrees different from what our record was in 2023, and that is 10 degrees higher than our average. So it was definitely a very warm day outside. And with our lows, we're not seeing really any difference actually. So while we're getting hot, we are cooling down a lot because we have that dry air. So that is helping us cool off pretty quickly. So we're actually seeing a little bit below the average, even though our high is so much warmer than the average. And then like we were talking about earlier, while it was nice and warm today, we were up around 81. It's going to cool off a lot. So by tonight, you are going to need that jacket. So 49, definitely getting a little bit chilly, and that's just kind of continuing through a lot of the season. We'll see that a lot where it gets really warm and then it's going to cool off pretty drastically. But that's kind of nice to just kind of check off all the boxes with those temperatures. Tonight you can see cooling off, so 50, and then it's going to be a little bit warmer down near the coast. But once you're more inland, it's just going to be those 50s pretty much all around. So Valdosta, Brainbridge, pretty much just this entire region is going to be feeling those cooler temperatures, especially compared. But one thing that we're definitely going to be seeing is that while it was nice and clear tonight, tomorrow morning there is a pretty good chance of fog. There was a dense fog advisory issued, so you can see that here on the radar that fog is going to move in overnight, and then throughout the morning it'll start to clear out, but the winds are going to be pretty calm, so it might take a little bit of time to clear out. And we're just going to be enjoying this nice weather Thursday all the way through Tuesday. Then Wednesday we do see that chance go up, so it might be getting a little bit rainier, and then we're going to see those temperatures stay warm again tomorrow. And just looking at the week ahead, we're just staying pretty warm. We'll drop off a little bit on Sunday and then warm up once again, but we're going to look across the southeast now with David to see what's happening all around there.
That's right, southeast, one of my favorite regions. We're seeing some awesome conditions, some beautiful sunsets as we take a look around in Charlotte, as along with Tampa and Richmond. Those beautiful shades of red are coming in as the sun begins to set over in those areas. If we look at our current conditions, everywhere is pretty much around 70 degrees, give or take a little bit. Charleston being our cold spot here at 68, but Tallahassee, a beautiful 75 and sunny, along with New Orleans sitting at 70. All across the southeast, we're pretty much in that 70s range. Our dew points, again, like Jordan had mentioned, are very dry. Tallahassee is definitely seeing drier air than we've seen before, but if we move farther south into Florida, we can see those dew points begin to increase as you work your way more south. Again, our satellite for the southeast showing nothing. No clouds, no rain, so take advantage of that sunshine. Definitely a time to do so. For Charlotte's weekday forecast, we're going to be seeing some rain come in around tomorrow with an 80% chance of that, and temperatures around 70, which will drop as you work your way Friday and Saturday into the weekend, and we'll see an abrupt drop from 74 to 52 from Saturday to Sunday, so be mindful of that, folks. Temperature is going to be dropping if you're in the Charlotte area for the weekend. Again, Nashville, we're seeing temperatures pretty moderate, 64 and 70 as you work your way to the weekend. But then again, sunshine all across the board, so please take advantage of that, with our lows dropping into the lower 30s. New Orleans, pretty much some of the same just we've been seeing around the southeast, 75 on Thursday, and our lows are dipping below 50 on Thursday night, And then as you work your way into the weekend, beautiful sunshine, 74 and 66 for that Saturday-Sunday combination for you. Our southeast futurecast, again, not seeing much on the radar, just a few clouds here and there, but again, we're going to be seeing sunshine pretty much, which is the name of the game. For tonight's forecast, everywhere is pretty much in the 50s area except for Florida, of course, we're the outlier. Those areas are in the 60s, but again, all around the southeast, our temperatures tonight will be in the low 50s. And then for tomorrow, we're going to be seeing much of the same like we did today, with a little bit of fog maybe rolling in. But then again, temperatures are going to be beautiful outside, folks, so please take advantage of that. But I'm just super excited for Miami. 81 degrees in February. It's going to be awesome. But now we're going to transition into the beach of the week, or lifestyle, with Jordan.
Okay, yeah, so we're going to zoom back into Tallahassee again. So we're just going to look across campus. Again, you can continue to see that beautiful sunset really just happening everywhere. This is a great night to get out. You can see down at the res, beautiful sunset over the lake. Here's us in EOAS, we can see the sunset from outside the windows, enjoying it from the indoors. But right now, this is definitely the place where I would want to be. Beach cam, you can see Shell Point Beach is looking absolutely beautiful right now. That sun is setting over the water, 75, sunny, a little bit of a breeze. Today is definitely one of those days where it would be nice to get outside, enjoy the beach. And luckily, if you're traveling at all, we're not really seeing anything with delays. That clear weather is really just helping us with all of our travel, so that's a really good thing. And for our hair cast, after we had a little bit of that humid weather, we're finally seeing those dew points go down. So now your hair might be a little bit more sleek because it's not going to get as frizzy from all the moisture in the air. So definitely a nice day to have that nice blowout, maybe straighten your hair because it's not going to be as frizzy as it was, especially last week. I know I had dealt with that a lot. My hair was definitely getting a little bit frizzy. But tomorrow we're going to see high of 78, and in the morning it's going to start off a little bit not so sunny, so it's going to be that AM fog, but then throughout the day that fog is going to move on out and we're going to get that night afternoon sun. So it's just going to be a really gorgeous day outside once that fog moves through, but just be aware of that in the morning, especially if you're driving. Could be a little bit foggy if you're walking. But tomorrow, if you're walking your dog, you can see here a little bit of fog, little bit of clouds, 51. at 7 a.m., but we're going to be warming up a lot. So by 11 a.m., it's going to be 67. So it's just going to be a nice day no matter what time you want to go out to walk your dog. And as spring rolls around, we can definitely see those pollen levels starting to go up. So ragweed and tree pollen, that is going to be what's making you sneeze. I know I'm a victim to that. I've heard a lot of people in class sneeze. And with that, our air quality has gone down a little bit, but this is because of that pollen. So this is just something you see in the spring, you know, with all that pollen in the air. And tomorrow, with those warm temperatures, it's really just going to be a great day to get out and to enjoy the pool. And heading into the weekend, we're just going to continue to see those really, really nice temperatures. So really in the mid 70s for most of the time until we cool off a little bit. But it might be nice pool weather here, but we're going to look across at the beach of the week to see if it's nice beach weather.
Thank you. So I am so excited because we get to talk about the beach. However, we are looking forward to spring break in 9 days, as well as the end of winter officially in 23 days. And graduation for all of you seniors out there is actually in 65 days. So that is super exciting. But we are going to be moving on, like I said, into the beach of the week. So it is St. Augustine. I'm so excited. Who doesn't love to talk about the beach? It's my favorite. So we're looking at a beautiful 65 degrees. It's a little bit too chilly to actually be in the water for me, but for some of you out there, it might be perfect. But it is still great, like beach walking weather, looking at the sunset, going to one of those cute little beach dives, restaurants that are right there on the water. Just absolutely perfect temperature to enjoy the outdoors. And then as we look at St. Augustine, there's really nothing going on right now on the radar, so it should be really beautiful, clear skies. And then moving into the temperatures, so like I said, it is chilling off a little bit along the coast, but as we move inland, Gainesville is kind of our hot spot at 77, but we should be warming up throughout the weekend into Saturday before we cool off again in St. Augustine as well. And then for our current humidity, so it shouldn't be too bad. It's very, very moderate. So those temperatures that you see, it's going to be what it feels like outside. So those light greens are very, very moderate dew points. So really nothing to worry about with that, with your hair, anything like that. And then moving into the day planner. So like I said, it's still going to be kind of chilly in the morning. So definitely if you go out on an early morning beach walk, grab that cardigan, grab that jacket, layer up a little bit, but be ready to shed those layers by the afternoon and into the early evening because we are warming up into the 70s, which is prime time, beautiful beach walking weather. And then moving into the futurecasts, still kind of continuing with the trend that there's not really much going on, just a little bit of cloud cover here and there. And then off the coast, they're going to be experiencing some showers. So if you do own a boat and are going boating, definitely make sure you check that and are aware of the weather rolling in there. And then for the weekend, so we're going to be looking at some beautiful clear skies throughout the whole weekend, Friday through Monday. But the main thing to be aware of is that on Saturday we are hitting the 70s, so that's super exciting. Definitely take advantage of that. Get outside, enjoy the beach. But we are going to be moving into the National with Ayana. So the beach of the week was St. Augustine, but what other beaches can we look forward to spending some time at this weekend?
Yeah, so actually, I think that the best places that you could head down to is maybe in Texas along the Gulf, or even in Los Angeles. It's going to be looking at warmer temperatures, but all around, I think anywhere in the U.S. is going to be a great time to be outside. We're looking at those above normal temperatures, a little bit of rain in Detroit, and it's a little bit colder there. But other than that, we're looking at those warm conditions, especially here in Tallahassee. It's been really nice out today. But along with that, we're also looking at very dry conditions. And if you can't already tell by this map, all of this like grayish white, that Denver area is very dry, so it's going to feel very hot, especially with those warmer temperatures, but not super muggy, which is nice. Down towards San Antonio, though, looking a little bit more muggy, and especially in Miami, we're looking at a warmer and more muggy condition in most of the southeast. Up north, again, looking a little bit drier, but overall, we're looking at a pretty dry U.S. at the moment. And for the satellite, we're actually looking at a little bit of a system moving its way through with that front over towards the New York, Ohio, and Pennsylvania area. So just keep note of that if you're over there. We're looking at some storms heading their way. But other than that, we're kind of sitting clear here in the U.S. So that's kind of nice to see, especially here in Tallahassee. It's been beautiful out today. Go ahead and head outside. It's really nice conditions. And if we look at that upper level water vapor, I'm sorry, I just tripped up my words, but you can kind of see that there's a little bit more moisture over by that system, but other than that, we're not really seeing much here in the U.S. And speaking of that system, we're going to take a little bit of a close look on it. It's kind of heading west as it heads into that Pennsylvania area. Really just everywhere in Pennsylvania is going to be hitting those storms, so just keep note of that. Also over Ohio and Indiana, heading west into those states. And with that storm also, it's kind of making its way in front of that front there that's bringing those storms, and that's what's also going to leave them with some chillier temperatures, so keep note of that. If you're in that area, you might be looking at a little bit colder temperatures than the rest of the U.S. But other than that, here in Tallahassee, we're seeing that high pressure system, so keeping those clouds out of the sky and really nice conditions outside if you're out there. And even in Billings, we're looking at that high pressure system, so we're seeing definitely clear skies over there. It'll be nice to be over in Billings as well. And with that system that I was talking about, those storms are going to be not severe, so nothing to worry about there. We won't have to worry about any severe storms, but they will be seeing some thunderstorms, so just keep note of that. If you plan on driving anywhere and you're in the Indiana, Ohio area, you might be seeing some storms and showers. And speaking of showers, that 72-hour rainfall forecast, we're seeing lots of rain up in the northeast. So look at that, Boston, Detroit, even just like Washington, they're seeing from an inch to an inch and a half of rain, so lots of rain there. But other than that, you know, we're sitting kind of dry. We're seeing a little bit in Texas, South Texas, but other than that, we're really not seeing much rain in anywhere else of the U.S. And for that future radar, like I was talking about, making its way west here along with that front. But other than that, they're sitting a little bit, like I was talking about, that high pressure system over in the Denver area, sitting nice and cloud free, which is nice to see. I definitely would head outside if you're in Denver, but it might be a little bit chillier. If you look at the temperature outlook, we're also seeing those chillier conditions by Denver, Las Vegas. But other than that, in the southeast, we're sitting warm, which is pretty normal. And for tonight's temperatures, Bismarck isn't the coldest, which is kind of surprising because that's normally the case. Actually, Denver is, and my sister is actually living in Denver, so I'm going to tell her that it needs to be a little bit, she needs to stay inside instead of heading out for the evening. Now we're going to take things over to Priscilla, and we're going to talk about what's going on here locally as we finish up this show.
Yes, thank you, Ayana. Taking it back locally, it's been pretty hot here in Tallahassee. Right now it's 75 degrees. Check out that beautiful sunset behind me at Doak Campbell Stadium. What an absolutely gorgeous day. Not a cloud in the sky, just a slight breeze, really keeping our temperatures very comfortable. Across the region, though, we are seeing our highs in the lower 70s with our outlier of Apalachicola at 68 degrees. So overall, very nice conditions if you want to take a nice walk as you digest your dinner or walk the dog. Spending time outside, it's a great idea right now, other than the pollen, of course. For our dew points, however, we are seeing it is pretty dry out, so you might have felt that in the air. The heat is just a little bit more scorching, but really nothing too bad. It's not like it's 85 degrees or even 90. So again, we're still in February, but our dew points are pretty low right now. And heading into our local radar, we're not seeing any precipitation in sight, not even any clouds. So again, clear skies, really optimal conditions, even for stargazing tonight, if that is something that you enjoy. And again, heading into tonight, it will cool down a lot, down to 49 degrees, not really any winds, mostly clear, and very wonderful skies to enjoy this wonderful evening that we've got. But it's going to get pretty chilly, but it's going to warm up into tomorrow. Tonight across the region, we're mostly seeing our temperatures on either side of 50, with a little bit warmer down by the coast at Apalachicola and Carabel at 55 and 57. But overall, it's going to be pretty chilly. Not as cold as we had been seeing last week and the week before with those lows in the 30s, but overall still a little bit chilly. You might want to grab a jacket if you're heading out tonight. And into tomorrow, it's going to warm up pretty fast, about 20 degrees in between 6 a.m. and noon. So pretty toasty, but nothing too bad. It's just going to warm up to about 72, low 70s across the region. So very pleasant temperatures, and hopefully you can take a walk outside tomorrow, enjoy those conditions as well. And as for heading into tomorrow, we're going to be seeing a little bit of fog early in the morning, so something to keep in mind if you have an early morning. But again, the fog is going to clear out as we get into the afternoon hours. into tomorrow afternoon, like I said, our highs are going to be mostly in the mid-70s with some lower temperatures down by the coast, Apalachicola and St. Mark's at 69 degrees. But overall, a very beautiful day that we have looking into tomorrow. And for your 7-day forecast, again, beautiful conditions all throughout the week. It's going to cool down a little bit Sunday, heading into Monday, but really we want to pay attention to our rainmaker on Wednesday that we're going to be seeing. But I know spring break is coming up. I'm going to toss it back to the desk with Ainsley and Michaela. What do you guys have planned for spring break?
Well, I'm actually really excited. I'm going to be going to Puerto Rico for spring break, so I'm super excited for that. What about you?
I'm going out of the country. I'm going to Norway and Germany. I'm very excited for that as well.
That sounds so fun.
Yeah.
I'm actually visiting there this summer, so you're going to have to tell me how it is.
Yeah, you'll catch the nicer end of the temperatures. I know I'll be freezing, but Puerto Rico will be pretty nice as well, too.
Oh my goodness.
Obviously.
Like I was talking about on the beach of the week, I love the beach, so I'm very excited to get some beach and some ocean time with those beautiful warm temperatures that I know we're also all craving. I'm super excited to be warming up a little bit after our latest cold snap.
Oh yeah, for sure. You'll be catching those rays. I might be catching the auroras. We'll see.
I
Who
know,
knows?
it's so exciting.
It's supposed to be a good show.
But definitely follow us at FSU Weather.
And also like us on Facebook at FSU Weather.
And then follow us on Instagram at FSU Weather.
And don't forget to subscribe at FSU Weather.
And don't forget to follow us on TikTok as well at FSU Weather. And we'll give you one last look at your 7-day.